Okay, we got question number 11 on the 2018 WJC additional maths paper. So we have the coordinates of 2 points A and B are 10, 16 and negative 6, 8 respectively. So let's draw a little sketch of that. So prepared one earlier. So there we go. So it's going to look something like that. We want to calculate the length of this line, A, B. So we want to work out the length of this line. Express your answer as a third in its simplest form. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to create a right angle triangle. So I come down from there and come across from there. That makes a right angle triangle. And if I have a right angle triangle, I can be working with Pythagoras to try and find this length AB. But first of all, I need to know a couple of different values. So let's see if I can work out this height. Well, this height is 16 here. From that y coordinate. And it's 8 there from this y coordinate. So we end up, if we do 16 take away 8, that will tell us that this length is 8. Now, in a similar manner, if I want to work out this length, well, I can use negative 6, which is the x coordinate from B, and all the way up to 10, which is the x coordinate there. So if I want to work out this distance, I could start at negative 6 and then add on until I get to 10, which is 16, or I can do a subtraction. 10 take away negative 6 will give me 16. So now I can find my AB. So AB is going to be, so normally it's AB squared, but all I'm going to do then to find AB is the square root. So I'm just going to square root right at the beginning. So AB equals the square root of, so we've got 16 squared plus 8 squared. So go to your calculator for that. So root of 16 squared plus 8 squared will give me 8 root 5, which notice is in the form n root m. So that's what you wanted it to be. Okay, find the equation of the straight line that is perpendicular to AB. So it's perpendicular to this. So if it's perpendicular, it means that it's at a right angle to it. Could be somewhere, anywhere. And it passes through the midpoint of AB. So, okay, it actually passes through there. The midpoint. Express your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. Okay, let's take my initial diagram again. There we go. So we want there we go. We want a line that's perpendicular to this, that goes through this midpoint here. Let's call it M. So my line has to be perpendicular to this. Let's see if I can draw it. Okay, so it's going to be that equation there. So straight away we can hopefully see that it's perpendicular. And it's going to have a negative gradient, so we know it's going to be a negative gradient. So we've got a couple of things that we need. If I want to find the equation of a straight line, I need two things. I need one is the coordinates of the point that's on the line. Well, we only know that point, but we do know it's the midpoint of these two. So if I work out the midpoint of AB, so I can do that by adding the x ordinates together, so negative 6 plus 10, and halving them, essentially finding the median of the x ordinates and then 8 plus 16 over 2, which is doing the same thing, finding the median of the y ordinates. So that will give me negative 6 plus 10 is 4, 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 8 plus 16 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. So I now have my midpoint is 12. Next, I need to know the gradient of my line. So I can find the gradient of AB first, because in order to find the gradient, I need 2 points. At the moment, on this line, I only have the one. I have this M. So I need to work out the gradient of AB first. So the gradient of AB, if you remember the formula, is the difference in the y values over the difference in the x values. Now, it doesn't matter which one you pick to be x1, y1, and which one you pick to be x2, y2, but we just have to be consistent. If I make this one y1, then that one is automatically x1, okay? If I make it y2, then that one's automatically x2. So I'm going to actually make that 16 y2. So I get 16, take away this one down here, 8, over, okay, x2 is 10, take away negative 6. So we end up with, use this on the calculator if you want, so 16 minus 8 over 10 minus 6 is going to be a half. Okay, so AB has got a gradient of a half, so that means that the perpendicular gradient is going to equal the negative reciprocal. So it's going to be, change the sign and flip the fraction. So a half becomes 2 over 1, so negative 2. Okay, so that's going to be my gradient. And you can see this kind of makes sense. This is a negative gradient and it's steeper than that one that's positive. So it's a negative gradient and it's a larger number. So I now have the gradient of my line and a point that lies on it. So I can now find the equation of the line. So I'm going to use y minus y1 equals m, the gradient, x minus x1. So my x1 and my y1 are going to come from these two. And my gradient is there. So if I make my substitutions, I get y minus 12 equals negative 2 lots of x minus 2. So that will give me y minus 12 equals negative 2x plus 4, which then leads me to, if I add on 12, I get negative 2x plus 16. And the question asked you to write it in the form y equals mx plus c in simplest form. Well, there you have it.